YouTube and
Yep, now we're on.
okay.
Welcome to the show. And yeah, 5 seconds into it. Okay, good.
Oh, all right.
This is let's see. Oh, how do we do I can't do the intro. We go, this is all about wine.
About wine.
The talk show dedicated to the wine industry.
Yeah.
If you could hum the theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, the theme music, the news gathering theme. I'll just do that.
Yeah.
So,
We are all
mm,
about wine. We
yes.
we missed the last 2 weeks
Mhm.
because we are on a new server platform. What is it?
Yeah, yeah. Host, show
Ho-
host,
Show
hosting
host.
provider. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
We're on a new One Stream Live,
Hmm.
and yeah, it's One Stream Live. Uh, Having problems last couple of weeks. Me getting on, I would get on, and I'd click the live button and I would do a show, but it went out to the cloud. I have no idea. It just because I wasn't on. Well, the way it's set up, I could not go out there on anything because I didn't pick platforms and wouldn't let me do it. It was just like my own little show, not all about wine. And so, because of that, the last 2 weeks, I did a show, but it wasn't on this.
Mm.
So I've been talking to OneStream, and they told me different things and all that. So we're back, and we're actually doing it. So
Yay!
yeah, this last couple of weeks has been
And
a
I
learning
just
experience.
I just checked. It is live on allaboutwinebtr.com.
Oh,
It
good.
it went live. There's a player there. It shows just like it does on our screen,
Oh,
and you can watch the show that way as well as on social media, on the usual social media. Yeah,
oh,
so
fantastic.
worked out easily. That was good.
We'll have to look at expanding too, because
Yeah.
OneStream has 45 different platforms we can go to or stream this on.
Wow,
So that's
that's a
a
lot.
lot.
It is. Yeah, we're
That's
good just getting on two.
yeah.
Finally,
Yeah,
let's
we
add
have
30 more.
yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
I guess that's the way to get out there.
that's
So
true.
here we are. I have, well, I've done a show the last 2 weeks, threw out a whole bunch of information and stuff like that. And I guess nobody heard it. So I will go back, do a little bit of, uh, well, the glossary. I'll
Oh
go back
yeah.
and do a little bit of that and see if I can't find some of the other information that I talked about this past 2 weeks and pass it on to you. So, it's been a learning experience for us, and we're not done. We're still trying to put stuff together and still trying to do what we need to do. So, that being said, let's start out. Let's go to the glossary. Where do you have a note there where
Oh
we left off?
yeah, I'm sure it's. We were on the G's, and I got
G.
to guyot pruning, a vine
Okay.
trellising system. Oh wait, no. Next week, I wrote down hardy, HEARTY.
Okay. So
I
we're
got
on
hang
H's. We're
time.
starting. Yeah.
Yeah, I had hang time, hard, and then hardy was for next week, and that was the end of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Halbtracken. I guess maybe we did that. Halbtracken. Uh, that's German term meaning half dry. Contains some residual sugar, but not a lot. So that's Halbtracken. If you see a German wine that says Halbtracken, it's a dry wine. Half bottle holds 375 milliliters or 3/8 of a liter. You can buy the half bottles when you go to wineries. California used to have them all the time. I don't know if they do anymore. I haven't been out there. They used to sell a lot of them, but it costs as much to make a half bottle of wine than it does to make a bottle of wine. Pretty near. I mean, you don't have as much wine in it, but your bottle cost and your capsules and your corks and your labels and everything is all built in cost that you're going to have. So, because of that, the half bottles have been slowly disappearing, except for certain wines. They still have it out, like the ice wines and things like that. You'll still find the half bottles, but usually just your regular wines, you're not going to run across that too much, it seems. Hang time. This is the amount of time a grape spends ripening on the vine. Uh, it's better to have it there a little bit longer so it gets all the sugars that you want into it. And then you pick it and make your wine out of it. You don't want the thing short on sugars because the sugars will turn to alcohol on you, and you want to have enough sugars in it so that the alcohol levels will jump up. Hard or firm. That's a quality that usually results from high acidity or tannins. It's often used to describe young red wines. Firm, I think, is I've used that and heard that more often than hard. But hard is same thing as firm. Harmonious, well balanced, makes sense. No components that are obtrusive or lacking. This is a harmonious wine, well balanced wine. Good acids, good tannins, good uh, flavors, everything else all the way around. So it's very harmonious. Harsh. This is used to describe an astringent wine that are tannic and high in alcohol. And everyone's probably had a harsh wine. Uh, it's young wines, young red wines tend to fall in that category quite often. Harvest. That's the process of picking the grapes, whether by hand or machine. Also, the time period from the when the grapes are picked, usually September through October in the northern hemisphere and March through April in the southern hemisphere. So harvest refers to the time period and the actual act of doing it. They're getting some grapes in some areas. Well, it's warm though. I shouldn't say this because it's a little bit too warm. But some grapes are getting close to harvest right now. It's different areas will do their harvest end of August all the way through. Well, depends on how long they want to hang them on the vine. But some of them get ready early. I don't know because of the weather. Oh, speaking of weather, and I'm going to sidetrack myself a little bit here. I've been checking on how flooding has affected vineyards around the country. And from what I can find, there hasn't been a major problem with the vineyards being flooded. They are wet. A lot of areas are awful wet, which is not a good thing. But with all that moisture, what it does is it makes the grapes flabby. And I think we covered that. Yeah, I think we covered that in our definitions for flabby. It puts so much water in the grape that you've lost flavors. The tannins tend to get lower and everything else, and you have nice, big, pretty, juicy, plump grapes, but it's nothing but water, and it's not any good wine grape characteristics. These are good for eating grapes, table grapes and stuff, but and good for raisins too, but it's not good for wine grapes. So the flooding hasn't done any significant impact around the country, but the rains that they're getting in a lot of the areas are taking their toll on the grapes in the form of making them really juicy, and that's not particularly a good thing. So, uh, I want to tell you about that. Hazy. This is used to describe a wine that has small amounts of visible matter. Oh, I see what there's. Okay. Characteristics of wines that are unfined and unfiltered. I think I talked about unfined and unfiltered a few weeks ago. But hazy, a wine that when you look at the wine and you see it's cloudy is a better word for it. I usually refer to it as cloudy instead of hazy, but same thing, cloudy, hazy. Head trained. This refers to a method of vine training. Head trained vines are freestanding. A trunk is formed from which several branches will grow vertically, resembling a small tree. You find those in old vineyards, actually, I think more than new ones, because when you have new ones, have the wires so the tendrils can grow on the wires and it gives more support to the grapevines and to the grapes. Heady, 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 used to describe high alcohol wines. Hearty, 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 used to describe the full, warm, sometimes rustic qualities found in red wines with high alcohol. So it could be heady or it could be hearty, although they are two different characteristics of wines. So keep that in mind. And here's let me hear a pronunciation of this. Okay, there you go. Hectare. Hectare is a quantity of land equivalent to 10,000 square meters or 2.47 acres, used frequently in Europe to measure vineyard size. Hectare. 2.47, almost 2.5 acres equals a hectare. Wow, I didn't know it was that much. So that's quite a difference. It's quite a big difference there. But 10,000 square meters. Hectoliter. I think I pronounced that right. They do give me a pronunciation here for it. I said it right. Hectoliter. It's a quantity of liquid equivalent to 100 liters or 26.4 gallons. In most of Europe, yield is measured in hectoliters per acre versus tons per acre in, I'm sorry, hectoliters per hectare versus tons per acre in the U.S. So it's different. Oh, my engineer just is bringing me in a glass of wine for this show. We are doing the show, and she decided I get rewarded with a wine.
What better time?
Yeah, what better time? Uh, this is a Marquis de Caceres, Caceres, Marquis de Caceres Crianza, 2018. Crianza. I'm gonna have to look up Crianza and tell you about this grape. 2018 from the Rio area. It says Marquis de Caceres Crianza is made from Tempranillo grapes. Okay, selected by hand. Well, good for them. Uh, it's turn on the light and I can see where she popped the cork down inside it and couldn't get the cork out. It's made from Tempranillo grapes by hand, vinified with care and aged in French and American oak barrels for 12 months. Further aging in bottle for several months highlights its red berry fruit structure and complexity. Silky smooth and elegant in the mouth. Serve at 60.8 degrees Fahrenheit. They're quite explicit on it. Actually, it's 16 centigrades. So, uh, let's see. Imported by Vineyard Brands in Birmingham, Alabama. Okay, so Crianza is not a grape. The way it listed on the front, it looked like it is. I'm going to have to look up Crins anyway. It might be a grape of some sort there. I don't know. But let's see, give you a quick review of this wine here. Oh, really nice dark color. It's just a deep plum color on it, which is really nice. Legs, for those of you who are interested, it's pretty nice legs. It's, yeah, all the way around the glass. It's got some decent legs on it, rather slow, which is a good thing, I've always thought. I'm not getting a whole strong Tempranillo aroma to it, though. Uh, Getting a little spiciness in the nose. A little hint of cinnamon, too. Boy, that's odd for a Tempranillo. Not getting that plumminess I'm seeing in the color. That surprises me. I would expect I would be picking up some plum. Okay, let's see. Oh, nice tannins. Nice tannins. Another sip. Yeah, very good tannins. It makes almost a pucker. The tannins so nice. We're having ourselves uh, pork chops that she's added all sorts of stuff, mushrooms and onions and different things in it, and making a nice big batch of pork chops and all that. So this will go very well with it. This will hold up extremely well with that. It's got some nice tannins. The aftertaste is very pleasant. It's still lingering, which is good. You can taste the tannins. You can taste the uh, well, I don't know what is that. I'm having a hard time picking up exactly what it is that I'm. I don't know. Well, uh, so the Carinza, I gotta look that up. I got it. So let me finish this definitions, and we'll look up Carinza and see what we can find here. Where was they? Hectoliter. I told you that. Oh, there's only just a few H's left. Let me go ahead and finish those. How's that? Herbaceous. This describes the aromas and flavors of herbs in a wine. A plus in many wines, such as Sauvignon Blanc, and to a lesser extent, Merlot and Cabernet Sauvignon. Herbal is a synonym, though when the concentration of the aroma is high and becomes less than pleasant, the herbaceous is often used, the term herbaceous. So the term herbal, this is very herbal smelling wine, but when it gets too strong, too powerful, and takes over, then herbaceous is not real good. Hollow, or hollow, rather, hollow, Hollow, hollow. Lacking in flavor, especially in the mid palate. Describes a wine that has some flavor on the beginning of the sip and on the finish, but is missing intensity or distinct flavors in between. A lot of your inexpensive wines, cheap read, are hollow. You will get a decent nose. You will. The first sip is, or the first part of the sip comes out good, and it just There's nothing in the middle, and you get yourself a little aftertaste, but there's nothing that you can pinpoint in the middle. That is hollow. Horizontal tasting. This is an evaluation of wines from a single vintage. The wines may highlight producers from a single region or the same grape variety from many regions, among other permeations. So there's when you do a horizontal tasting, we got a whole bunch of Cabernet Sauvignons here. We're going to taste those. That's horizontal. We got a whole bunch of wines from 2021 here. That's a horizontal tasting, um, or anything like that. Anything that is all basically one, that is a horizontal tasting. And last, H, hot, which is simply a high alcohol. Unbalanced wines that tend to burn with heat on the finish are often called hot. This is acceptable in port style wines because ports tend to have higher alcohol, but most of your wines, you shouldn't have that. You will find hot wines in red wines more so than whites because whites tend to have a lower alcohol level. Red wines tend to be on up there, and especially some of the ones. Well, I don't know if they're doing so much lately or not, but a lot of the wineries are putting more alcohol in their wines, especially California for some reason, are putting more alcohol in their wine. The alcohol level for reds used to be steady right around 15, 14, 15. Uh, Even if that high, if you find one around 15, you would really wonder why it was so alcoholic. Now, you're finding a lot of them around 17. Even a few of them are jumping up over that to 18. I think the threshold is 17%. I'd have to look it up to see. I think the threshold is 17% to move you into the next tax category. Wines are the TTB taxes you on your wines, and they have a break. They anything below 17% or 17 and below, I think it is taxed at 1%, and then once you go up to 18 and higher, it is a higher rate of taxing, and it's substantial too. It's not like just a couple of cents a gallon or something, and that's how they tax you by the gallon. It's a substantial jump. So a lot of wineries try to keep that alcohol level right at 16, 17%. But then you get the ones that, you know, we'll do what we want, and they jump it up to 18, 19%. So every once in a while, you will find a red wine that's up there in those higher categories, and those are the ones that you can call hot because the alcohol just sort of takes over the taste. Those are the H's for this week. We'll start with the I's next week. What's the first I on the list? First I on the list is IGP. And I'll let you try to guess what that is. Okay. And now let's find a definition or a wine crianza. I know it's here in my list, but let me check my bookmarks and find wine grape varieties, and then find CR, the C's, and CRIA. Nope, no such grape. That must be a proprietary name that they just call it. It's Tempranillo. It has to be a Tempranillo because it's not listed as a grape. So Crianza 2018. I wonder why they did that though. I wonder why they put Crianza. Is that another term for Tempranillo? Let's look up Tempranillo and see if it is another name listed for that. Uh, and Tempranillo. Well, we got two Tempranillos here, and it doesn't say which one. Well, let's look at this one. Tempranillo varieties and Ugni Blanc. Ugni Blanc. Tempranillo is a name applied to a broad, sometimes unrelated group of white wine grapes varieties originated in Italy. Wait a minute, how this is?
I remember this term from a long time ago, like several years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it from basic memory, it refers to a specific aging classification. A
Oh,
Crianza wine has been aged for a minimum of 2 years, with at least 6 months spent in oak barrels.
there you go.
And the aging process contributes to the wine's. I'm not reading this. This is strictly from
I
memory.
know it's just you're very
It's
good at memory.
fascinating. It
Yeah.
makes it sound like I am reading. Where was I? Let's see. Where, oh, there it is. The aging process contributes to the wine's flavor profile, often resulting in notes of red fruit, spice, and vanilla with a balanced structure. So,
Ah,
Spanish wine law, wow, dictates specific aging periods for different wine classifications, and Crianza is one such classification,
ah,
indicating a minimum aging period. Wow, that's hmm.
that's
Um,
interesting. I
yeah, I
never
didn't
knew
really
that.
Spanish wine law.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
They're getting serious about that stuff.
they are. They are very much so. Yeah, Marquez de whatever you said,
Yeah,
Rio,
Caceros,
Crianza. Yeah,
Caceres.
yep.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, there are quite a bit. There's a few articles on that. So yeah,
Wow.
it's good stuff. So
Oh,
two
yeah.
year,
That's
2 years minimum of 2 years oak aging in oak
yeah.
barrels.
I think that they. Let's see. Didn't they say that on here? Now, well, wait a
Oh,
minute. Now,
six
let me.
6 months.
Yeah, let me read
Yeah.
the back of this. It says vinified with care and aged in French and American oak barrels for 12 months.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Well, this is
Further aging in bottle for several months highlights it. So I wonder if they can do 12 and then have to do bottle for another
yeah.
few months or 12 months. I don't know. I never heard of that before. That's
Yeah, one thing says a minimum of 2 years that's aged, but at least 6 months spent in oak barrels. So it's a
mm,
minimum, and then they can the specific duration of time spent in oak barrels is also regulated, but there's no there's
so 12
all
months or 6 months would
yeah
look like that would be the
yeah
minimum.
yeah, and total aging is a minimum of 2 years is
Okay,
what it shows. Yeah,
so
aged.
that's what they show 12 months. They age it in oak, then they
Yep,
age it in the bottle for several months, which is
the rest of it.
probably
Yeah,
yeah.
hmm.
Huh. Wow.
Interesting.
It is Corinza. That's well. There you go. Thank you. I'm glad you recalled that.
Yeah, every once in
Yeah,
a while,
yeah. You, you
things
did,
pull out of memory. I was like,
yeah.
oh, I remember this.
Right down. That's we talked about that once
Yes.
14 years ago.
For,
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
was that Thursday. I remember it. Yeah. It was,
It was that Thursday,
yes. That Thursday, 14 years ago.
14 years ago. So there you go. Tempranillo. That's what this is. It says DNA studies suggest that the grape originated in Rioja, Rioja. I don't know. I'm having a hard time pronouncing that. And Navarro, and the lack of colonial variation among the various locations where it is planted indicate that it only has spread through Spain relatively recently. So there you go. And in Spain, it's a few other names here for it. In Portugal, they've got a few other names for it. But this is good. This has got some, go back to the wine itself. It's got some really nice structure and nice tannins on it. I, I, I don't know. If the tannins disappear, does it have enough to hold up? Does it have enough to present itself? The acid is reasonably low, so that's not a problem. But I don't know. Oh, that's interesting. So there you go. That's Carinza Tempranillo from the Rioja. Okay, let me find the next article I wanted to. Next thing I wanted to tell you about. And is it there? No. Is it there? No. Well, Tassel Ridge popped up here. Let's let me visit Tassel Ridge quickly. And Tassel Ridge Winery is located in southeastern Iowa, and they have all sorts of stuff going on. Great wines. They have every Friday. They have wood-fired oven pizza and wine, and it's reservations are required for it. But oh my gosh, I see pictures of it and it makes me hungry. Um, okay, they said here in the little note says they are in the final run up to the start of harvesting. So we were just talking about harvesting. It There are little couple of short paragraphs. We raised the grow tubes on the young vines we planted in June. This is the third time we have done that, and it is to protect the tender uh, shoots from deer predation. The deer think these shoots are the best salad they can think of. Yeah, and without the shoots, they would nibble them all up. We finished spraying the vineyards, took the harvester to Van Wall for servicing, and serviced both reefer trucks. That's refrigeration trucks. That's not dope trucks. So they are getting set to do their harvest. I was thinking it was getting pretty close here. Uh, it says we will take the final steps to get ready for harvest on the cellar activities. They've finished greasing the harvest equipment in the cellar and will be sampling grapes almost every day from now until harvest is over. In past years, the first grape variety to be harvested is Brianna, followed by Edelweiss. We have a lot of Edelweiss, 17 acres, so that takes some time. Usually, other white wine varieties will follow, and then we will harvest the red varieties. So there's your little quick idea of how harvest goes. It should be starting pretty soon in some areas. It's not unusual for it to start early, this, middle of August in some areas. We've talked to wineries in the past, and they've told us that they've harvested starting in the middle of August. So, get a chance, Southern Iowa, Southeastern Iowa, Tassel Ridge Winery, located in Lighton, Iowa, open 7 days a week, year round. And if you're going to eat, reservations are required. Seated wine tastings are available at the winery by reservation. I don't know if they're doing regular wine tasting or they're just seated and that's all you can do now. COVID changed the rules of a lot of stuff. It's just, it's hard to say. Let's see, Tassel Ridge Winery, all day menu. Now serving bistro lunch daily. I I don't know. I don't know if you need reservations or not on all that stuff. But either way, when I was there last, they didn't, but that was right before COVID. So I don't know what their new rules are. Grilled coffee chipotle steaks and Tassel Ridge, Iowa Frontenac. Perfect for grilling. Hmm. Little note they have on here. If you're interested in going to see them, you can actually, the best way to do it is just Tassel Ridge Winery and sign up for their e-letter, and they got all the information on there. Instead of me going through all this, just go to their website or their Facebook page, and they'll tell you everything there. So let me get out of here and see what else we have. Uh, this Science News had a little thing dated. Actually, it was dated today, the 14th. Uh, Squishing the spotted lanternfly problem may require enlisting other species. Trees, bats, dogs, wasps, even a couple of fungi. These may be the newest recruits in efforts to control the invasive spotted lanternfly. And if you enjoy snacking on grapes or sipping a spicy Cabernet Franc, you better hope they are up to the job. Originally from parts of China, India, and Vietnam, the spotted lanternfly is a plant hopper that sucks sap from many kinds of plants. It was first detected in the United States in 2014. I thought it was before then. Maybe not. I thought I talked about it. I've been talking about it for longer than just 10 years. 2014 has been spreading rapidly since then, with established populations in 17 states so far. 17 states, wow. Northeast. Worrying for wine lovers, Aaron Garcia de Jesus reports that one of the plants it feeds on the most is grapevine. Why are the spotted lanternflies so tough to control? The insects are susceptible to many pesticides, experts told Garcia de Jesus, but these chemicals can affect more species than just the target pests, so it's not wise to spray indiscriminately. Plus, their eggs are tough to spot, which means they can travel far and wide in random ways when they are laid on trains, cars, and shipping pallets. Simply stomping adults on sidewalks won't make enough of a dent. How can other species help? In her survey of lantern literature, Garcia de Jesus turned up all kinds of research projects that suggest ways to control the critters at various life stages. Dogs can be trained to sniff out egg masses, one study had found. Bats seem to be feasting on the adults, and types of wasp or fungi that attack the lanternflies in the wild may be deployed if they turn out to cause minimal casualties to local plant hoppers. It's not clear yet which of these species will be the best allies, but they all offer a glimmer of hope. So there you go. There's just a highlight. They have a full story on this, but there's just a highlight. So maybe the spotted lanternfly. I haven't talked about the spotted lanternfly in a while, but it's traveling. It's traveling west too. It's not just the. It started in Pennsylvania. They didn't mention that here. They might in the article. It started in Pennsylvania. That's where they first detected it. Went crazy in Pennsylvania, and when they say 17 states, it easy are the 17 or 24. 17. They said that with 17 states, you're so close in states up there in the Northeast that it's easy to travel to different states. But I understand it's traveling west. I've heard reports that they spotted some in Missouri. They even spotted some in California. I don't know how serious it is out there yet, but it's traveling all over. So if you are a table grape lover or a wine lover, it could affect those and create, well, it's not going to create so much of a shortage as it will create a raise in price. And that's a concern also, concerning that grape prices are, well, wine prices are already going up because of tariffs and different things that's going on out there. Okay, so let me back out of this and go on to the next thing that I want to talk on. Okay, here we go. This is from Napa Valley Wine, uh, Napa Valley Wine Academy. I'm sorry. It's okay. Where is it? I want on this. Okay, it says explore expert tips for studying wines and get ready to excel in your WSET exams. It, you can take the exams and all that stuff too if you want to get certified. But just 4 quick tips here, which I thought was a good idea for anybody who drinks wine. Tip number 1: build your foundation. Understand key grape variety and learn the vocabulary to describe a wine's flavor and characteristics, which is always good when you talk about wine. Tip 2: know the terroir. Study the influence of climate, soil, and geography on wine and compare wines to identify regional flavor differences. You get into a little bit more detail on that stuff. Tip 3: dive into advanced analysis. Learn to analyze wine structure, identify quality levels, and understand the aging potential of different wines. And that's not a difficult step there. Step 2, I think, is going to be the hardest one. And step 4, or tip 4, embrace the tasting process. Make tasting a routine part of your study process to sharpen your palate and enhance your knowledge. So there's our 4 tips to, well, they say to study, but those are good things to learn, good things to be aware of. When you know those things, then it's so much easier to enjoy the wine and talk about the wine and all that. So look at those and embrace those. I'm sorry, I zoned out for a moment there because I was looking at this website. This is a good site. Napa Valley Wine Academy is the name of the site. And there's a lot of stuff there. They do certifications and everything. So you can check that out too on your own time. Let's see what else I was going to do. Oh, I know. We don't have any music we can play because we are on a new format and we are not in our normal site where we can just play a little bit of music while I'm looking for this stuff here. And okay, yeah, that's one of the things I want to do here. The California wine industry, well, California Wine Region's leading industry group is shutting down. The leading trade organization is in one of California's most prominent wine regions is dissolving. It's an indication of how sales are going down. The nonprofit Monterey County Vintners and Growers Association noted this week in a letter to its members that it's a financial situation. They cannot stay in business anymore. Monterey County is home to 349 vineyards. Oh my gosh, that's unbelievable. And its 2024 grape harvest was worth over $152 million. Uh, it's may have 349 vineyards, but it's only have 50 to 60 wineries. And many of the grapes from that area are trucked to wineries in other counties because they're such, nice, nice grapes. So they are going to shut down the Monterey County Vintners and Growers Association because they are not keeping the money there and they need the money to operate. So, uh, which too bad. I know right where that is. It's in Monterey. It was Monterey, right on the Main Street, second floor. Uh, nice little place there. No, so that is an indication, actually, of what's happening in the world completely. All right, now you're gonna have to bear with me for a second because I need to find this next article because it is well worth sharing it with you. Okay, was it here? I was searching how Mike and I can hook up and do the show and everything, and I didn't spend as much pre-time on. Here it is, Mike. I told you I'd get a chat transcript from my one stream live. It just came in.
Wow.
So
from your show?
Yeah, from what I talked about earlier. No, when I talked to him earlier today.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The chat. Okay.
Yeah, on the chat.
Yeah. That's always good.
Yeah.
Keep notes.
Yeah, I know. And definitely, I didn't have to write down all those websites. Here we go. This is something I saw. I think I'm going to read this instead of trying to transpose it. This is from the Wine Spectator's website, and it's an Ask Dr. Vinny, who is I don't know if he's a made-up person or not, but it's questions for wine. This question was: I have wines with wax covering the oak instead of a foil capsule. The wax seems to get harder and tougher with age, and I am having issues removing it to get to the cork. Do you have any advice on opening these wines? And the answer is, thankfully, wax capsules have evolved over the years. They used to be quite brittle and dry, but now I find that many are softer and sometimes even come with a pull tab and easier to maneuver. I don't know if you can find them. You can find wax capsules on the top, and I always just slice them apart. Some of them I have found is seriously hard to slice apart. But he says the biggest piece of advice I have is to ignore the wax and focus on removing the cork as if the wax isn't there. Your best tool here is a waiter's corkscrew, preferably one with a sharp, grippy worm. That's the screw. Just find the center of the top of the bottle and drive the corkscrew in confidently and firmly. Almost immediately, the wax will start to crack. If you use the leverage of the lever to start to remove the cork, it wouldn't hurt to proceed slowly from there. The wax is going to provide a bit of resistance, and if you go too quickly, the cork might break. Most of the time, the wax will crack and come off cleanly with the cork. Brush away any stray bits uh, so they don't end up in your glass, and you're ready to pour. For older wines, say 10 years or more past their vintage date, the cork might be a bit more fragile, and as you point out, the wax can dry out and get brittle. What can you do in that case? Read on. Oh, geez. I hate it when the articles do that. Let's see. Oh, it's a long article. What can you do in that case? You can just slice it apart, is what you can do. Okay. You want to get to the cork. I don't fully agree with his thing of just sticking it down to the middle. Not everybody has the waiter's corkscrew, and the waiter's corkscrew is the ones that fold up the screw and all that, just like a little. I don't know. It's hard to describe. What it's like a little switchblade shape, thin. It's got a screw on one side, and it's got the leverage on the other, and they're nice. They're easy to use, really. Waiters carry them because they fit in their pocket so easily. Restaurants that don't have a sommelier, you have waiters all carrying those so they can pour the wines. But I think personally, if it's covered in cork, it's very easy to just peel off, or not cork, wax. It's very easy to peel off the wax. I've never had a problem with it. Here he's saying just stick it down to the center of it, and it- that might work in getting that cork out. But then I think you start having issues pouring the wine because the wax is still right at the edge there and stuff. So do whatever, how you've been doing it. Uh, then I'm going to clean it out around the top. I don't want to have a bit of wax around the edge of my pour or anything like that. So I try to take care of it at the top. But uh, this says cork might be fragile. As pointed out, the wax can dry out and get brittle. Same advice stands. Just be gentler, he says. If it is an older cork and it's brittle, I don't know. I've always been one just to cut it away, peel it away instead of doing that. But he's Dr. Vinny. He's supposed to know what he's talking about. Okay. And then there was something else here on the same page I wanted to. Is this what I want? Okay. Yeah, this is question on this is how high will tariffs go on imported wine? And prices for many imported wines are about to go even higher because of the tariffs. On Thursday, August 7th, that's when they went into effect. That means the price will likely rise on many popular wines on U.S. store shelves. Why? We've already got them. They're already there. We haven't paid the tariffs on them. Why would they go higher? Ugh, I hate it when they do that. They announce on TV gas prices are going to go up because a ship exploded. Immediately, they go down to you drive by a gas station and the prices just went up 10 cents. Why are you going up? That gas you have there is already in your tanks. Oh, a ship exploded. I don't care. That's not here yet. Well, okay. So it says which foreign wines are facing higher tariffs? Since April 9th, the White House has imposed a baseline tariff rate of 10% on goods from most nations, including such leading sources of wine as the European Union, Chile, New Zealand, and Australia. Several of these nations face higher tariffs. The deals have not ended the tariffs, however. Uh, The trade deal with the EU, it merely lowers the tariffs taking effect on August 7th on wines from such leading producers as Italy, France, and Spain from a threatened 30 to 50% to 15%. And some nations that have not secured deals face even higher duties. Most significant among major wine exporters is South Africa, and those tariffs are scheduled to be 30%. Israel and New Zealand face 15% tariffs, for Argentina, Chile, and Australia's wines will be taxed at 10%. So there's an idea of what could be. This article is dated, I think. Let me see if it is dated. Yeah, August the 7th. So this was a week ago. So they're still working things out and adjusting what they're doing for tariffs and how much they're charging and all that stuff. So it could vary, but I don't think a lot. Why they always pick on wine? I just drives me crazy. All right. Why Prosecco is Italy's biggest wine. This is out of Folly. The Wine Folly says primary flavors of Prosecco: honeysuckle, pear, cream, green apple, and melon, honeydew melon. I always get green apple and pear out of Prosecco's. Always seems to be the what I'm looking for in it. Let's see, what else does it say about that? Not much. Well, it's got a whole article, but I'm not going to go through that with you. It just is time consuming. And okay, there was one other that I wanted to read you that was rather timely. And let me see if I can find it here. Okay, is it that? No, that, no. No, 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 no. Uh, hmm. Well, I must have tucked in, lost it because I. Oh, is this it? Nope, that's the one I just opened. His wine growing region. Oh well. The article talked about. Oh, I wish I can find that. Talked about the prices. Let's see. Uh, hmm. Well, that thing just did a weird thing on my computer. Jumps around and gives me different. Hmm. Let's go back to this and look one more time at this. And if I can't find what I'm looking at, then we will. That, not that, not that, not that, not that. Let's go look at this. It's not that. And it's this. If it happens. Well, sorry. I'll have to I can tell you about next week. There was something, it was talking about what is happening with drinking and why, how much it's down. Drinking alcohol, not just wine, but alcohol overall, is down substantially uh, now. And that's why you reports of things like, well, like that one trade group in business because they can't keep up. And it's happening not just in wine, but in all sorts of areas of alcohol. It's drinking is really taking a spiral down. And there's all sorts of theories. No disposable income, and drinking is basically for most people a disposable income luxury. If they have the money to spend on alcohol, then they will do it. But they don't. It's not something that has to be bought. It's something that, like I said, it's a luxury. But it is down. Alcohol consumption is down in all categories, not just in wine, but beer and spirits. So we, the tariffs may even take a greater toll on all that stuff. There's a lot of wineries that are on the verge of going out of business or selling out to bigger conglomerates. There is a lot of wineries moving out of California because of the regulations and the cost. It is getting expensive to stay there. And so I say that wineries, people are moving out there, not taking the wineries with them. They're selling out and going to different places and hopefully starting new ones. Who knows? But it's a strange new world we live in. So this is the word here. We're on this format. We're doing good. We finally got the thing to work. We need to test it out another week, I would say.
Mhm.
After we test it out another week and be sure that we can have guests on here and they can get on easily and everything is simple, we will start scheduling guests. I have a list of a bunch of people who has been sending me emails. Uh, are you interested in? Are you interested in? Yes, I am. If you're listening, I am interested in all your emails and getting all the people on the show. We have been battling this change of platforms way too long, and I think we're finally settled on OneStream. I like OneStream stuff. I've been playing with them over the last week. I'm really finding some good stuff with them, and we are going to probably stay with them. So, I mean, I'm that's my guess, and so if there's any issues, which I don't foresee any. And like I said during the show, they sent me. I had a chat conversation with them, typing, messaging conversation with them, and they sent me the whole conversation, which is good because during the conversation, they gave me some different things to look up and different things to read and videos to watch. And they sent me the conversation so that I can have it and do that, which is good. Good of a company to do that. We are just on the basic plan right now. We are looking at possibly upgrading. We again just on the ground stage, but stay with us. We're back. We're going to start doing this regularly, and we will probably expand our platforms out there. OneStream has 45 different platforms we can go on. We are on two right now with our website as the third. We need to find out how to do the openings and all that. We'll probably upgrade so we can do all that stuff. So it's looking better for us now than it has since we lost Blog Talk Radio and trying to get everything settled in working and all that, we have had our issues in the last 6, 7. Well, let's see, they quit when the end of February. Last 7 months, we've had our issues. So we are, or the 6 months. So I think we're getting ready to get back in the saddle and get this going strong again.
Yep.
So,
I think we do one more test with some more people just to make sure we can accommodate them and that
right.
it's easy for them to get on because we both have accounts here. Well, what if you don't have an account? We want to make sure that that's easy to do to get on, and it should be. But
Should.
I think maybe if we can coerce them or antagonize them enough to get on the show next Thursday for a
Yeah.
quick a test or something, and then we can boot them off and restrict them from ever coming on the show again. What? Oh, was that live? Hello, is this the mic on?
Hello.
Is the mic on? We can,
You there? You there?
yeah, communication problem.
Yeah.
We'll do a quick test and see how it works, and as long as there's no issues, I say we
I think
go
we're ready
full
for
steam.
guests. Yeah.
Yep, I think so. It'd be a good time to test it and then go full swing into getting guests. And gosh, the holidays are approaching. We know what that
Oh,
means. Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll
Get all
see.
that
But
stuff in.
yeah, um,
So maybe exciting times again for All About
mhm,
Wine on, well, not Blog Talk Radio, but on
right.
One Stream,
Yep.
and we'll get out
Yeah.
there and start sharing knowledge with you.
Hmm.
And again, if you know anybody who would like to be a guest, or anybody in the wine business, or anybody associated with it, and I say associated with, I mean sommeliers and restaurants, and you know, we've had such a variety over the years that,
Hmm.
uh,
Big time.
yeah, we're not really restricted just to a winery. There's all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of avenues to go to. So
Yes.
we can't really play the outro yet. Hopefully that will be coming soon. The next year, but
Yeah.
we'll have that soon. So I guess this concludes tonight's broadcast of All About Wine. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. If you want to follow us, there's social media, YouTube and Facebook, our primary ones. You can also go to the website allaboutwinebtr.com. Our links are there, and also the show is live now at the top of the page, so you can go there and watch the show from there if you don't want to get on social media and watch it that way. But tell people about us. We're back, it sounds like, and we'll try it again next week, 7
Yep.
p.m. Eastern time. And that's going to be the 21st
21st.
of August. Oh my gosh, this
Yeah.
year is
Month's
done.
almost over. Yeah.
Yeah. Be safe. Have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you next time. Thank you.
Be safe out there now.
Thank you. And I guess, I could have put a thank you for watching. Wow. Well, that was nice.
Wait a minute.
Add an